Rich Tehrani here in the TMC Newsroom. Thanks for watching. We are in our Norwalk, Connecticut headquarters. I'm speaking with John Deanna. He is the President and CEO of Empirix. John, welcome to the show.
Good morning, Rich. Thanks. Great to be here.
We're thrilled to have you. I figured I've known your company for a good 20 years or so, and I've known it as a testing company that's evolved into all these different areas. It's doing so many different things. I was hoping we could get your perspective on recent evolution of Empirix.
Sure. Well, I joined the company in 2008, and we've had a significant evolution since then. But as you know, we came from the Hammer Technologies company, and the company was known for voice quality testing, and really in network equipment manufacturers, into labs, into the service provider labs, enterprise labs. The company then evolved, and this was before I got there, but evolved in leveraging that technology into really focusing around the contact center and large contact center, complex call flows, professional services, managed services, and working through that. Then from an organization perspective, in about 2004, the company leveraged that technology into really looking at the service assurance business. Really still around voice, wireline networks, and coming out with a solution that we called XMS at the time. And at that time, the company came out with, leveraged the technology, and we were able to hit the marketplace, capture some significant market share, especially around the North American space. Over time, it became clear, and when I came on board, we needed to expand more internationally. We needed to expand in the mobile space, in the data, and we did an acquisition of a company, Mutina Technologies, in 2010. Brought us a position in Europe, gave us an ability to address the wireline marketplace or wireless marketplace, and really around mobile data, video applications, and such. So we've really expanded a lot in the marketplace, and now focused around application assurance, leveraging the technology that we've got in-house by then developing analytics, being able to look at from analytics, monitoring, diagnostics, and then our professional services that we've leveraged off on the contact center side. So we've got a very robust portfolio addressing both enterprise and service provider marketplace today. So the company's really evolved. We've doubled the business in the last 5 years. We're profitable, and we've got new owners, as you know.
So companies that typically supply testing solutions are really well positioned to discuss trends in the market. You guys see things that others don't see. You see them first. I was hoping you could share with us what you're seeing.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. You know, if you look at large service providers and the challenges that they're going through, people are struggling keeping up their ARPU, they're struggling keeping profitability, keeping customers. It's all about applications and applications getting to the users and how that's running. Something I recently read talked about the growth in the MVNO space, the machine-to-machine space, obviously, and what that's doing within the marketplace. Most of the, as you know, the data on the network, it's mainly data traffic driven through different devices. And so the interesting part about it is, you know, our operators are really trying to reduce the costs within their networks, but they're adding complexity as they do so. Everyone is trying to virtualize their networks, virtualize the telephony network, virtualize the data or the storage, virtualize the computing, and virtualize the services that are on top of them. The recent announcement with Netflix and Comcast has created even more complexity around SLAs and how they manage those types of over-the-top services and how they control it. And to folks like us, it provides huge opportunities because in the market, it's not just about can you make a connection. It's about when you make that connection, does my application work? Does it work the first time? Does it work quickly? You know, and how, from an operator perspective, how do they monetize that? How do they get their value out of that? So between the virtualizations of the networks and what they're trying to do and the complexities that are being driven on top of that, and it is at the end of the day about business decisions. everyone, Mobile World Congress is an example, you look at everyone talking big data, analytics, and the whole market, everyone seems to be converging in the same space. But at the end of the day, for the operators, it's about their key business objectives. I see our role is, because everyone talks about key performance indicators, right? And you look at, with those key performance indicators, so we need to be able to demonstrate that. Actually, that's just noise. At the end of the day, it's the business objectives of the customers that you need to be able to service. The only way you do that is by being able to aggregate the information, both in real time, in the network itself, bringing that up, do your correlation mediation, being able to bring that to a customer and have them be able to drive key business objectives within their organization. And I think that's where everything's going. That's where everyone's trying to move. You look at recently with acquisitions, just with IBM, the people in the BSS space really moving to the OSS space, and IBM buying Now Factory. Why did they pay that much money for Now Factory, right? They need access to the information to be able to supply true business metrics to their customers. They need the access to what is on the line. They need the DPI capability that people like us produce. So it's an interesting play in the marketplace. I'm very excited about being in this space, and a lot's going to evolve over the next few years. Yeah,
lots of opportunities you're pointing out. I'm curious, how does Empirix see itself in the competitive landscape of what's happening?
We've been on the same track for the last couple of years, and you mentioned earlier about our position in enterprise when we spoke, and the fact is that having that knowledge on the enterprise space, being able to bring that to the service providers, because at the end of the day, that's where the revenue is going to come from. How the service providers are able to take care of the services running on their networks around large enterprise. That's really where the money is. And we understand that market very, very well. If you look at today, as an example, we service top 5 healthcare, top 5 insurance companies, top 5 banks, financial institutions, along with 9 of the top MSOs in North America, as an example. The top 3 mobile operators in Japan. Having the balance between enterprise and communication service providers, I think, is the way to go. We've been leveraging that position over the last several years. It's been part of our strategy, being able to take the Empirix system architecture and play that on both sides, in enterprise and service providers. Other companies are seeing that. You look recently, JDSU bought Network Instruments. Why? Brought them into the enterprise space. It gives them a balance. Look, at the end of the day, I believe our long-term growth is going to not come from the service providers, but really come from the enterprise space. More customers, real business problems that I believe we're in a unique position to address.
Networks are getting more complex on the enterprise side, right?
Oh, hugely. And the fact that, their networks, if I look at our largest enterprise customers, their networks look no different than the service provider networks. They have IMS cores, they have all IP networks, they have voice, they have legacy, they have everything.
What do you think about security at that business? It seems to me like that between what's happened with the NSA and tremendous amounts of hacking, the target breach, and lots of other infiltrations that we've seen, that there's a huge opportunity there. Do you have any thoughts on that?
Security is a very major area, clearly, in the space. And the fact is, the companies that can sit from a DPI perspective, sit and see what's going on and correlate that information and understand it, and look at trends and look at impacts, those companies are going. It's a huge space, a significant opportunity. One of our sister companies, Blue Coat, for example, within the Thoma Bravo family, they're doing exceptionally well in this space. And look, at the end of the day, the security officers, they have to protect their companies.
Right.
And no, unfortunately, no one likes to deal with it. You get a pop-up on your display saying, click here if you're okay, or this certificate doesn't match. What do? You click on it, and you hope somebody else is protecting you,
right,
in that engagement. And they've got quite a challenge. You know, the thing is, from an Empirix perspective, we play in some of those that are looking at denial of service or even looking at different types of mass calling events, or even, you know, the fact is we have the ability to look at any number, any way, any customer with the fact that we monitor everything on the line. But so there is a real opportunity, and a real opportunity for more companies to play in this space. It will continue to grow. I think, you know, somehow we need to protect ourselves, and we need to protect our organizations. I know in our organization we were talking before about just turning on your computer, and the fact is, if I don't shut down my computer the right way, I have customer information on it, we need to, it's a challenge.
It's a big challenge.
Yeah.
So I'm curious about the international market versus U.S. Just, are you seeing any differences?
Yeah, significant differences. The North American market is very much, I think, more mature than the rest of the world. But and there are different sets of challenges. ARPU rates in North America are an order of magnitude higher, even more so than in other places around the world. But the fact is that the North American market's growing at a slower rate, but it's a massive market. Can't ignore it. It's where a significant number of our customers are. It's where we play. But our big growth has been coming out of Middle East, Africa, opportunities in Japan, out of China, et cetera. So we know we have to continue to play. It's been part of our strategy the last few years. I talked about the acquisition we did to give us that presence. We've done that. We're playing in the markets. It's where we need to continue to expand and grow. Creates a whole set of other challenges, as you know. But it's a great market.
It's great. So what's next? Other than, you know, we talked about a lot. I'm curious, anything else that we should know about to expect from your company?
Well, you know, a lot of what we've done is around pulling together an entire solution, from being able to be on the network from a DPI perspective up through looking at and unifying the information in a near real-time way for our customers, to help them get the signal out of the noise, if you will, of all of the information that they get, helping them drive their key business objectives. That's where our company is. That's where we're going. The key is we've validated that in the marketplace. Number one, we have customers on both enterprise and service assurance we're selling the same solutions to. Our strategy is moving forward. We're growing. We've got new owners, new opportunities to grow and be a consolidator in this marketplace. You will see a lot of movement within our organization over the next few years.
Very exciting. Thanks for being here. This was great.
Thank you for the time.